It's a chilly morning here in Riyadh. I can't believe how cold it is in January.
Yeah, we want to explore the city centre, so we are going from the suburbs into the city by taxi, because public transport is hard to find, isn't it, here?
Yes, so I'm so pleased we've got like a good taxi app, Cayenne, and we'll pay cash when the vehicle arrives, and the
driver's going to be here any minute, and it's going to be 54 Riyal. Let's go to Riyadh.
Well, it didn't quite go according to plan. This car came racing down the street, like hooning down, and then like slammed on the brakes and like turned around. And I said to Lee, "Oh, I hope that's not them."
Handbrake turn almost, wasn't it?
Yeah, and these car pulls up, completely different license plate,
completely different face to the one on the app.
Yeah.
Like, in Arabic, we're picking you up, we take you.
And we're like,
nah,
no.
I don't think so, dude.
And they
I'm not getting in that car. No way.
And they were saying like location, like I was asking to see the app. They didn't even have the app on their phone.
So with that one, we chewed them off. And there aren't any others available, so it's like just getting into the city centre is a massive challenge, and we're not quite sure how it's going to go today.
No, because apparently on the app now we're going to have to wait 26 minutes both on Cayenne and Kareem.
That or an hour and 10-minute walk to a bus stop, which potentially we might be able to get, but we don't have a card for the bus anyway. Or about a 5-hour walk into the centre of Riyadh.
So it's quite a challenging city. So excellent, our Cayenne taxi has arrived. It's the same license plate, 6305, but it turns out like while we're waiting, this guy like on the other side of the road like waved, so we assumed that he was our taxi on the other side of the road, and he drove around and pulled up, and we were like, you know, with the app. Turns out he was just like some random dude who was gonna like, you know, take us. It's a taxi. Wow, Ritz-Carlton, it's incredible.
Wow, that was so much a better experience. The guy that just picked us up, he was a policeman apparently, and he drove impeccably. So we had a lovely ride to the National Museum. It's just a challenge here, I think, getting taxis around, doing anything. We're normally walkers and we're normally public transport takers, but it's just not possible in such a huge city where the infrastructure isn't quite ready yet. It's going to be soon. They're putting in a metro system, they're setting up buses. It's going to be tourist ready in a few years maybe, but not right now.
So we're here at the National Museum, and it looks as though there's like film equipment being set up. Oh my word, like we are in the right place because it says it on the wall. There's all these like official people. So one of our rare attempts to go to a museum has been scuppered, because as you might be able to see behind me, it's closed for 10 days. They're filming some event or something, and so it's just so unfortunate. I was really looking forward to it because it's supposed to be like an amazing museum to understand about Saudi history and Islamic culture.
Okay, we can't go in, it's closed. They're setting up for a big event. Apparently it's a lingerie exhibition. If I heard them correctly, which really blew my mind, they're French in there setting up, so maybe it is.
This is so cool. Just like Q8, there's a wonderful huge water tower with blue and white stripes. I love them.
And inside here is the King Abdulaziz's historical centre park. It looks really interesting, but unfortunately it's all locked up. You ever got the feeling, you know, things just aren't going to plan? It's one of those days. The little cat.
Oh, gorgeous.
Right idea.
This is Al Watan Park. It's an amusement park with roller coaster inside. It's closed at the moment, like a few of the things we've seen. Maybe it's open at night. There's just so much building work going on here in Riyadh. And as you can see, this is going to be the National Museum Stadium. So in the future, when we come and there's loads more tourists, there'll be great public transport laid on. When I was reading the guidebook and it mentioned going from the National Museum to the fort, it said like you have to take a taxi because Riyadh's not really a very pedestrian friendly city. But like I'm so pleased to report to be able to show you, like they've installed this. It's like a new footpath. On the right hand side, the footpath. On the left hand side, it's a cycle track. And we know it's new because the bollards back there like hadn't even been uncovered.
We found a bus stop. The public transport system is under construction, but it's still not quite finished yet.
But it looks as though maybe this is going to be a ticket machine inside. going to be the seats, and I'm guessing just like the Emirates, it's going to be aircon as well, which will be so important for those scorching hot Riyadh days.
Yeah, we're so close to get into a decent infrastructure. It's coming, it really is.
So it's the midday call to prayer, and that means all of the shops and restaurants will close. Apparently they do for like the 4 throughout the day. Just now is when we want to eat. So
you have to pick and choose your times, otherwise you won't find anything open.
For about quarter of an hour, I think, quarter of an hour.
Yeah, and then they'll all come back, open up, and back to business.
We're going to try our luck in the shopping centre. There's a Lulu supermarket. I'm not too sure if it's open or not yet. Of course, we first saw them in Abu Dhabi, but fingers crossed there'll be something tasty inside here. And before we enter, here are pictures of the royal family. And of course, as it's one of those days where everything's going wrong, the up escalator isn't working. And it looks like quite dark as well and closed off up in the food court. So interesting seeing some of the products for sale here at the Lulu supermarket, or fresh market. A lot of Indian food, Indian sweets, but also you come along, there's an Arabic dish, shish tawak, and chicken tikka as well, and grilled fish, lemon and herbs.
We're going to try this egg, don't know what the name is, I can't read it.
Apparently that's like a coconut sauce, there's vegetables inside here, and this is made with egg.
Yeah.
It'll go well with our kebabs, or shawarma.
All for 4 riyal.
Yeah, it seems like brilliant value. Okay, I always like checking out the flavours of crisps, and oh my word, I think this is one for the craziest flavour yet. Dates with tahini. So they're $7.25, maybe I'll try them one day.
So this is lunch. We've got a chicken shawarma each from the Lulu supermarket, and then we've got our nice egg kind of omelettes with vegetables, a vegetable curry, and the sauce, which looks really quite interesting.
Apparently it's coconut.
Yeah. And all of that was $18.45 with the water, so that's lunch sorted pretty good. And we've come into the ladies', it's actually the family area. So the dudes go to another place, but we're a couple, so we can come in here, and it's a bit nicer. We've got some sunshine and a view outside. Aren't we lucky?
The feasting in style. Now normally we don't like buying bottled water, but apparently you can't drink, or you shouldn't drink the water in Riyadh. We've read from loads of things, so bought that from the supermarket for $1.45.
Really good.
What, your kebab's good?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Happy. We've found the Masmak fort, which is right in the middle of Riyadh, and one of the most important tourist spots to see. And they've put some, what are they called?
Exercise
equipment in front of them, which kind of is a brilliant idea, but the photos don't look as authentic as we'd like them to.
Reality,
is that a bit greedy of the tourist?
Reality, not glamour, at least so people can.
No, we know that at the back door, we've just got to find out the front door.
So we're here at the Masmak fortress, which was originally built in the 19th century, but it's incredibly important in the history of Saudi Arabia and the Arabian Peninsula, because on the 15th of January 1902 the Emir Abdulaziz Al Saud came to reclaim Riyadh from the invaders who had taken over years before, and apparently the commander came out of the fortress. Abdulaziz threw a spearhead of which is still lodged in the door now. I think they killed the commander, if I remember right, and they reclaimed the fortress and the city. And so if it wasn't for that, this country would have a completely different name. You know what I mean? So it's amazing. Incredible amount of history. It's free to enter. It looks incredible inside because I had a quick peek. So let's go and have a walk around. I mean, look at the size of this incredible door.
Enormous, yeah, and here is the spearhead lodged in the wood right there.
Wow, from 1902. And in case you think we're a font of knowledge about Saudi Arabia, here's a very informative sign which gave me all the information I needed. This small wooden door here is incredible, but also if you look at the material this is made from, can you see like the grain? So it's like mud. What do they call it? Mud
brick, adobe? I don't know. It's straw, isn't it? Yeah. It looks quite. I don't know. Like it would need to be maintained a lot, but obviously survives in this heat, this weather.
Oh, it's beautiful. There's a mosque that way. So it was built in 1865. The doors, look at them. Wow.
So beautiful, the interior rooms, the divans, the lounges, they're just, yeah, really well decorated, and this beautiful design of the furniture.
It's so inviting. Wow, the traditional style at the front, and it looks like French influenced furniture at the back. I love old photos like this. Oh, that's Riyadh in 1914. And we come along, and another photo as well. Look at the decoration on the doors. Brilliant. I seriously love these doors. It was amazing having been to the line experience yesterday and then coming here. Isn't it like a total contrast from the line?
Yeah, it's amazing. I love the fact that, I mean, it's probably been restored a lot, I can imagine, but just the condition it's in is in fact absolutely fantastic. And I can imagine it feels like we're the early wave of the tourists that will start coming here, and it's going to get busier and busier, so it's a good time to come right now. I think the raiding army must have got a bit lost. They must have had Maps Me downloaded.
Because you've been having trouble with it today, haven't you?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Kind of like this.
Thus, Abdulaziz was proclaimed Emir of Riyadh.
Wonderful three-dimensional map of Saudi. We can see just how mountainous it is here and in the south. It's incredible here. It says the population in 1920 was 19,000. Like, I'll have to find out and put up how many there are now. So we come out of that section and, oh my word, there's more. Historical Riyadh. This is wonderful. 1937. This is so cool. I was just thinking about the toilet and, oh my word, look at this. This is the females. I like the way they've built it. Like into the fort. It's so cool. Oh wow, and the tiles they've used inside like replicate the mud, you know, the mud and straw used on the walls outside. Ooh, and there's toilet paper. Bonus. That's it. I think we've finally come to the end, and I'm sure we've been in there for about an hour and a half, Lee, do you think?
Yeah, it's really extensive. It's fantastic. So much information. You have to come here pretty much, basically. Don't come to Riyadh and not come here.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's amazing. And so these are the opening hours. So this is Deera Square, apparently otherwise known as Chop Chop Square. Apparently, if we've got the place right, this is where public executions are carried out. I'm not too sure. That's what Lee thinks. Yes, so here we are. It's right by the fortress, as you can see behind me. Here we have like some very modern buildings and the tallest flagpole I've seen here yet. Unfortunately, the flag's not flying that well. We're going to head back now and see if we can go to the souks. This is so cool. We found a souk. Oh, look at that lovely winter one. There's like a tracksuit and got some clothes, some different things here at the souk. Mainly clothes, actually, gotta say. Nice woolly socks. Lots and lots of abayas. It's quite nice actually, that one. So we always see like, you know, weird flavoured crisps, potato chips, whatever you want to call them, and normally we walk on by, but no, I've decided I'm going to start buying them. And look at this, I think this one wins. They're the weirdest flavour. Dates with tahini, and I insisted we come back. They're actually like 5.75 Riyal. I want to try them. So, oh my word, I can smell the tahini, the tahina, which of course was like sesame seed. There's a hint of sweetness in there, and there's a sesame seed. Not a lot of salt, but that is so cool. I'm really, really pleased we brought them, and I want to get Lee's reaction, see what he thinks. So what do you think? Do you see what I mean about the sesame?
Definitely sesame, yeah. Strange flavour for crisp, but actually quite pleasant. They'll grow on me. I could definitely eat all those.
We've decided we're going to try to catch the bus. It's tricky, but we need the number 16. I don't know if you can see it over there. We're going to join the crowd, see if we can actually buy a card, and it's going to be fun.
Join the crowd.
Yeah. Well, we saw a number 16 bus.
And we ran and got on it. It's going to Jeddah Road, so it's going the right way.
Yes.
Right.
When Lee says we ran and jumped on it, we didn't actually, because there's this huge queue outside, but there's a guy selling the cards.
Yep.
And like he puts the money on it, and it's a bit confusing. We paid
The Saptco card, that is.
yay, and we can use it for Jeddah as well, which is one of the reasons we're getting it
Public
here.
transport in both Riyadh and Jeddah.
Yes, so it turns out we paid 30 Riyal, and we've got 20 Riyal worth of credit
On the card.
On the
So the
card.
card costs 10 and both of us can use it.
Well, and the guy was really kind. He said like only one of us had to tap on. So
Yeah, so it's cost $3.50 for the bus journey for the both of us.
yeah,
Considering the taxi was
55.
yeah, it's not a bad bargain. So if you're going to be around for a while, invest in one of these bad boys.
Definitely. Look at this guy here, like reverse to back. I want to see the driving. It's fucking crazy. This is such a good example. So we've just got off the bus. That was actually so much fun. We saw a completely different side of Riyadh, and
Yeah.
I thought the roads were less busy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, so we've got up at Jeddah Bridge Road. We're still like 5 kilometres from where we want to go. We're trying to call a taxi, but
There's none available, so it looks like we're walking for an hour, or we're walking to a place where we can get a taxi. Who
yeah,
knows?
take it from there. So fingers crossed that yeah, it all goes well. I'm sure it will.
Whoa,
Yeah.
هنا قريب
This way, yeah.
ليش ما في روح تمشى بعيد
It's so lovely exchanging Instagram
Yeah.
accounts with our driver. He's so cool.
Follow.
follow.
Travelers.
Well, that's one way to get a new
Oh, yes.
subscriber. We shouldn't really be encouraging him, but
Travelers, yeah. Yeah!
هذا
Follow,
Let's
subscribe. Let's go. Yalla.
well, it took an hour and 45 minutes to get home in the end, but yay, we're back. So after like all of our adventures today, it's so cool to be back in the warm and yeah, and just relax for the rest of the evening. So really enjoyed catching the public bus. It was a great experience, and our taxi driver just then with Kane, he was so lovely, really nice boy.